The night was drenched in a torrential downpour, the kind of rain that soaked everything in sight. Beneath the neon glow of red and blue flashing police lights, a small black boy, no more than 8 years old, stood frozen on the wet sidewalk. His dark eyes were fixated on the unfolding scene before him. The sound of rushing water and the clattering rain barely drowned out the muffled voices of police officers. In the distance, the sleek silhouette of a man, his hands cuffed, was escorted out of a nearby textile factory. The boy's heart pounded as he watched the figure of his father, his protector, being led away by the authorities, helpless to intervene. The flash of the police car lights illuminated the boy's face, revealing an expression of confusion and despair. The city was no stranger to hardship, but this moment, this painful flash of reality, would forever change the way he saw the world. As the police car drove away, its tail lights blurred in the downpour, the boy remained standing, soaked, unsure of what would come next. The quiet after the chaos was only broken by the sound of the rain. The boy had witnessed something far greater than what any child should see: the helplessness of his father in a world that was becoming increasingly alien. The streets were slick with rain, casting long shadows across the deserted avenue. The luxury black Range Rover sat parked across from the small factory, its polished surface reflecting the red and blue lights that still swirled in the night air. From the inside of the car, a silhouette of a man was visible through the rain-streaked window. His face was cold, expressionless, his eyes locked on the unfolding drama just outside. The car's tinted windows obscured any details, but the power emanating from the man inside was undeniable. He wasn't just a bystander, he was the puppet master, pulling the strings behind the scenes. As the scene outside unfolded, police officers hustling, the sound of metal clicking as cuffs were tightened, the man inside the Range Rover remained unmoved, as if the storm outside had no bearing on him. He observed with a certain detachment, his mind calculating, plotting. In this moment, the stark contrast between the powerless man outside and the calculating figure inside the vehicle was painfully apparent. The rich, the powerful, the untouchable, all separated by the vast divide of money, influence, and control. The Range Rover's engine hummed softly, its presence a reminder that this world of wealth and power was not easily accessible, not for everyone. The graveyard was quiet, save for the rustling of leaves in the wind. A young boy, no older than 10, stood alone at the foot of a freshly dug grave. The earth was still loose, the mound of dirt still slightly unsettled. The headstone read, "In memory of Kai's father." It was a simple marker, plain and unadorned. The boy's gaze was fixed on it, his face blank but troubled. He had been here before, but each time felt like the first. His father, once a towering figure in his life, was gone, taken by forces too large to understand, too powerful to resist. His mind wandered back to that night in the rain, the night he had watched helplessly as the man who had raised him was taken away. That moment had been the start of his descent into a world he could no longer trust. He placed a hand on the cold stone, as if trying to reconnect with the only man who had ever made him feel safe. The wind howled through the trees, carrying the scent of damp earth. Kai's lips parted, but no words came out. He didn't know what to say, didn't know how to grieve. There was nothing left to say to a man who was lost to the world. There was only silence, and the knowledge that life, for better or worse, would go on. The room was stark, the walls bare except for the few strategic portraits of leaders and military icons. A long, polished table sat at the center, surrounded by an array of individuals dressed in sharp business suits and military uniforms. At the head of the table sat two figures, the young woman, her face set in stone, and the man beside her, his broad shoulders tense, his jaw clenched. Behind them, a screen displayed a series of cryptic documents, redacted files, intelligence reports, and images that only a select few could understand. This was no ordinary meeting. It was a war room, a place where decisions were made that could alter the course of nations. The tension in the room was palpable, every person seated on edge, waiting for their cue. The woman's voice broke the silence, her words deliberate, calculated. She looked each person in the room in the eye, her gaze unwavering. Every word she spoke was precise, every order calculated to move them one step closer to victory. The battle ahead would be fought with strategy, intellect, and cunning. No room for mistakes, no room for weakness. Every action, every decision would count. The stakes were higher than ever before. There was no turning back. The office was immaculate. A glass desk, sleek chairs, polished floors. But today, it felt like a battlefield. A woman sat at the desk, her fingers hovering over the keyboard of her laptop. Her face, lit by the soft glow of the screen, was a picture of concentration, but her eyes betrayed the mounting tension. The phone on the desk vibrated, buzzing with a stream of notifications. She glanced down at it, her breath catching in her throat. The messages were from her team. An attack had been launched, and it was personal. The digital documents she had been reviewing were tampered with, forged, manipulated. The realization hit her hard. This wasn't just an attack on her career. This was an assault on everything she had worked for. As the woman scrambled to assess the damage, a sense of panic set in. Her normally controlled demeanor faltered, but she quickly regained her composure. There was no time for panic. The enemy was already within her reach, and she would need to outsmart them if she was going to survive this digital war. The stakes had never been higher, and the battle for her future had just begun. If you found this behind-the-scenes look at Vladimir Putin's security measures as fascinating as we did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a like. There's so much more to explore in the world of power, politics, and the unseen battles that shape our world. From inside the Kremlin to the secrets of global leaders, we're here to dive deep into the topics that matter most. Have you ever wondered what kind of security other world leaders have? Or maybe you're intrigued by the mind games behind their protection strategies? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from you. And hey, if you're new to the channel, don't miss out on our upcoming videos. The world of Vladimir Putin's security is one built on layers of precision and secrecy. It's a world where even the slightest mistake can have catastrophic consequences. But for Putin, it's just another day in the high-stakes game of global power. Stay tuned, because there's much more to uncover. We've got exclusive content on high-stakes politics, world leaders' secrets, and even the most unexpected moments from history. Turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Remember, the world of power isn't just about who you know, it's about how you protect what's yours. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.